on Aikido, and he teaches Aikido as well. So I just wanted to mention that. So we're going to show you what we're going to do, where you're going to get to in 25 minutes, and then we'll break it down into pieces. It's a series of dagger attacks. And you're going to do it as a flow drill, as we're doing here. Possibly not this fast. There we go. Okay. And so, okay. So let's look at and break down what's happening here. So, take it to Lexi since you're actually getting a couple of times. So, the first thing is Mark's attack. Okay, he's coming in with what's called a reverse grip easy. He's coming in with a reverse grip and he's driving again. Okay. So I want to emphasize that there is actual impact with this thing, which is what this particular trainer is all about. And, oh my God, he's got a knife. I'm going to want to take that away. Let's break that down. I have to first not get hit. So I'm going to move out into the attack long this way. If I don't move long, he can force through that. Especially because this is a really, really long knife, 14 to 18 inches. So when he comes at me, we move into the attack like this, nice and long. Now try to force it down. My structure, this has already been talked about today. My structure is holding it. Have I grabbed his wrist? No. No. Have I grabbed his wrist? Yes, that's the order in which it goes. Don't try to grab his wrist out of the air slow, please, otherwise I get hurt. Anybody think this is a good idea for a grab? No. Me neither. Especially because I could miss that. But this, I can get out there, and then I can slide back and get that. So, the procedure is, he strikes, we move into it, hand open, turn the elbow out, seize, and notice that pull, turn it in, levering the dagger out of his hand, and it's yours. Then we can repeat that just this way, so he gets his practice, pull it through, he lets me reset, pull it through. Notice what I did with my hips. So I'm not trying to do this resistant with your arm, please. Okay, so I use my hips in that as well. Questions? Okay, you need one dagger for two people, and they're right over there. Friends, I'm still aiming at it. He's interrupted my action. Don't just do this suddenly, because then we're into the counter, which is really cool, but it's not on today's lesson. Okay? So I'm still aiming it at him, and as he takes it away, he's got that leverage point to strip the dagger. Okay, so that part's good. When you're doing this strip here, as you're moving in this way, don't try to do it with just your arm. Again, resist. Okay. But do you regularly deadlift 170 pounds? No. On your extended arm? No. Drop your hips. You can't deadlift me. Okay, that's just going to snap it right out of his hand. And then here I am. Now, our next technique is going to start actually this way. I want you to start up here because you're going to get to that position when we get to the flow drill. In fact, if you were doing a first strike, it would be a fake. But we're not going to make it fake. I'm going to come through and make the strike here. This way. Go ahead, defend it. Mark is going to come out, strike into it, seize the wrist, pull it straight, arm bar, take me down. Now just roll with it like I did there. Don't try to fight it because you'll actually break your elbow. Come through. And just roll it. Okay. Right there. And then he's going to transfer the dagger back to his right hand. Show him how you're holding it. In a forward grip. And then just stop right there. So actually it feels right in there. So when he comes in, I'm coming out here, seizing. Okay, so notice again that seizure that I'm doing. It's got that same slide and hook, drop the hips action. So seizing, breaking the elbow. And then here I'm turning, and I've got the dagger by the blade, and I'm going to slip it out this way. By the way, his elbow's broken now. And then then I'm here. See that again? So first of all, don't get hit. Control and defang the snake, as they say. Take the dagger away, and here we go.
side is supposedly sharp?
No, actually, usually one side is sharp.
Does that matter in terms of when you grab it?
This is actually a good point for me to describe the dagger. Thank you. The dagger is long, as you see, very sharp on the end, and mostly was a tool for punching through things, although it did have edges. A couple of things about grabbing it. If you slap it like this and twist, you minimize the chances of cutting yourself. The other thing about grabbing it, I would not try this with a modern knife. I just wouldn't do it with a modern knife. Okay? But if, say, somebody's got a stick or something, you can still apply the principle. So I make the strike, blocks it, brings me through. Look at how he's grabbing it there. Okay, just strip. Other hand strip. Okay. Let me do that one. Fine. Okay. Here. Okay, I'm going to strip this way. Questions? This is going to be the most difficult one, so let's give it a shot, and we'll probably have another review. It's the strike, okay? And I block it. I'm not going to try that grab right there. This is root. He'll blow through it, and I'll miss, and I'll break another finger, and I'll break another finger. So I'm going to strike here, and then we could actually spend the whole time on this, which I can do right there. So just everybody focus on this for a minute, okay? Have I grabbed him? When I grab him, I do it dynamically. Like that. So we can spend a lot of time on that alone. So if you want to practice that later, I'll be happy to show you that. Okay, now we're moving to the next technique. Now he's coming low. And please keep it low, particularly for what we're doing today. We can look at higher another time. He's coming in, and he's going to gut stab me. Now, I don't want to be in the way of that. That's fairly obvious. But he might track me if I simply move. That's also fairly obvious. So I want to get something in the way of it, right here. This is the shape I make with my hands. I get the base of my left overlapping this webbing on my right hand right here. And I've got this nice surface that I can hit with. If you want to start with this surface already formed, that's fine. But as he comes in, I am actively hitting into it. Then I'm going to seize his wrist with my left, slide down to the base of the dagger here, and I'm going to turn his palm to the sky, which by the way straightens out his elbow nicely, and I'm going to take the dagger away from him here. Okay? And then, another fun thing to do at that point is simply to transfer control over here so you have an open line to work with. Let's change angles. So he comes in, I'm out of the way. Notice what my hips do right there. So I want you to see that hip drop, and then I get the open line right there. Let's do it on the other side. That way we can see. Okay. Right here, the seize and strip, transfer control. Don't get hit. I got hit. Just better flesh wound. Yeah. somebody, I believe it was Filipenko Sensei, said, you know, it's basically the worst day of your life if you're in a knife fight. That's true. Seize, lift up. Now notice what I'm doing here. I'm lowering my center of gravity and I'm getting into a position where I'm very strong in the lift. Okay. Questions? Let's give it a shot. Very slowly now. The first attack we practice. He strips the dagger, he chambers it on his left side. Okay? So now I'm going to take control, and I will move my feet wherever I feel I need to move. No set pattern. Now once I'm here, I'm trying to get it so that I have it going forward here. Okay, if you follow that for a second, and then that's just fine. Now I'm just going to start sending it back here, and he's going to take it away from me. And now we're back in the position we were at the beginning, except now he's making that very first strike for practice. And I'm going to need to go ahead and deal with that. Now as soon as I strip it, I'm going to keep it close here against my left shoulder here, because that's the quickest line for delivering a return. He's holding me until he makes the thrust through. I'll end up breaking, picking this up, stripping. Just practice that control up there, it's fine. Now we're right back at the very beginning. Because there are 3 pieces and 2 people, we rotate through all of them as we go through. Now I'm going to move wherever I feel I need Stop it. Take the dagger. Chamber to the left side. I'm going to deliver that strike. He picks it up. Arm bar. Strip. Forward grip. He comes in. Stop it. Bring it up. Strip it. I like that control transfer, but it's not essential. You see it? All right, let's go.
And then we move in.
Throw. So we got that. Second. Sorry about the dagger. Second one. We did that today. A couple of different points, I believe. And finally, the third one. Okay.
We can just break it over. Just sort of like that. So there's other things, obviously, that can happen in all of these.
What I'm doing with these three actions is tying them together so that we can learn to feel our way through things without necessarily seeing. We can also learn to manipulate our feet independently of our hands instead of falling into set footwork. And that's what we've got. Thank you.